I guess what I wanted to add here today, before starting C, is just, I don't know if all of you guys were here in the last lecture. I just want to give you, well, to repeat what this notation means. So I'm going to do it super quickly and then we start C. So the partition up there, A, simply means that we have a matrix, and out of this matrix we generate 4 objects. And I call these 4 objects, for instance, A top left, A bottom left, and so on. So we start from a matrix, and now I have 4 different objects. How can I identify these objects? I need to specify the size, and that's where A top left is 0 by 0. So if I specify the size of 1, for instance, if I say that this is 0 by 0, I uniquely specify the size of all these 4 pieces. So that was comment number 1. Comment number 2, now we have something that looks like a 2 by 2 matrix with a bold line here. And I have an arrow into something that looks like a 3 by 3 matrix, actually is a 3 by 3 matrix. But what really matters is where this bold line is again. So now this object here, so we can see this arrow as 4 separate arrows. One arrow is for this thing, and it says A top left goes into A00. 0. So that's nothing. I'm simply saying that this object here, I rename it and I call it A00. Okay. Down here, there is A bottom left. And where does this go? It goes into a 2 by 1 matrix. So this is one. Here we have A bottom left goes into A10, A20. So what does this mean? It means that I have an object, a matrix, and I split it in 2 parts. I start from A bottom left, which is all this part, and I cut it into 2 pieces, A10 and A20. In order to do that, I need to specify some sizes. I need to specify at least the height, how many rows A10 is. And how do I see that? Well, in the comment here I say where A11 is B by B, so I know the size of this, so I can reconstruct the size of A10. Okay, then we have a similar rule that transforms A top right. It transforms it in A01, A02. And then finally I have the last rule that takes A bottom right and splits it into 4 pieces. Again, how to split a matrix into 4 parts, I need to specify the size of at least 1 part. That's exactly what I do. I specify the size of A11. So it means I start from A bottom left, and I obtain 4 different guys, A11, A21, 12, and A22. And I know the size of A11, so I know the size of everything. Okay, part 1, part 2, and now number 3. Comment number 3 is this continue with, which does the opposite of number 2. Number 2 takes a 2 by 2 matrix and splits it into 3 by 3. Continued with starts from a 3 by 3 matrix and recompacts it into a 2 by 2. And here I don't even have to specify sizes. I don't have to do anything. I just have to take these 4 guys and put them together, and now they go into A top left. these two guys down here, put them together, I package them together. They go in A bottom left. A to 2 alone becomes A bottom right, and that's it. At the end, I am again in a situation of a 2 by 2 block matrix, but the A top left in the bottom is bigger, has grown with respect to the A top left in the top, and A bottom right has shrunk with respect to A bottom right on the top. This is it.